Hi everybody, it's FIBO Group and you are watching to the Market Watch review. As the FOMC meeting draws near, the US dollar trades with a slight bias against major currencies. The US imposed new sanctions on Chinese companies, which were implemented in the Chinese and Hong Kong indexes. Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan saw modest gains. Europe's Stoxx 600 is reversing a 5-day slide that was dominated by information technology, real property, and utilities. Yesterday's gold decline was almost $16. This is its largest in 2.5 weeks. January WTI is slightly softer and hovers around the $70 mark. After falling 4.5% over the previous two sessions, US natgas is now up 1.8%. China's November data will increase expectations that officials will take further action to support its economy. Separately, several Chinese companies were sanctioned by the US, including SMIC and a few companies that are involved in drone surveillance and Uyghur monitoring. In October, Japan's tertiary sector index rose 1.5%. This is Japan's first back-to-back gain of the year, and it demonstrates the country's recovery in the service sector. Tomorrow, Japan will report its November trade balance. So far, the greenback has been stuck in a range of less than 20 pip today, below JPY 113.80. The Australian dollar is stable above $0.7100. Tomorrow morning, Australia will receive the flash PMI and, more importantly, the jobs report. Three developments are worth noting about the UK in advance of tomorrow's BOE meeting. The first is that inflation increased in November and the CPI will likely increase further into Q1 22. The IMF joined the chorus in calling for rate increases in the UK. Johnson rebuffed a Tory revolt against his COVID rules. Tomorrow we'll see several European central banks meet, including the Bank of England and the Swiss National Bank. A reassessment of tomorrow's chances of an increase has been prompted by the IMF and CPI increases. Yesterday's bearish outward down day was reflected in the euro, but there wasn't any follow-through selling. Yesterday's low of $1.1255, a little below $1.1255, was held. Tomorrow, it will shift towards Europe, but today's focus remains on the FOMC. Two elements are of paramount importance. This is the one that the market feels most confident about. 3 months sooner than originally anticipated, the FOMC will accelerate tapering in order to complete it by Q1 22. The individual Fed forecasts will be the second area of focus. Only half of Fed officials predicted that a hike would be needed next year in the last iteration. For the 6th consecutive session, US dollars have risen against the Canadian dollar. This is the longest increase since March 2020. The greenback is near CAD 1.2875, its highest level since September. That's all for me. Closely monitor the news background and be prepared for all the surprises of the market.